And I find a lot of times conventional medicine, they put a lot of factor on age. And in my practice, and I'm sure you've seen this in your own practice, but age is a very small piece of the puzzle. It's really how healthy you are. I don't care how old you are. I have patients who are 45, 47 even getting pregnant naturally. And so it really depends on the health of the body, the health of your eggs, and age is just a small factor in all of that.
Thank you for joining us on another awesome episode of Bioenergetics Beat. I'm Heather Gray, a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner and certified bioenergetic practitioner, and today is brought to you by Nikki. Unleash the Wellness Within. It's a non-invasive, easily affordable, highly effective approach to wellness. It's a wearable device that puts frequency better based life in your hands and on your wrist. Make sure to stick to the very end because we have a wonderful giveaway you're not going to want to miss out on. But you're also not going to want to miss out on one amazing word my next guest has to say because we're going to be jumping into the quantum. I love it. We don't have enough people talking about that type of stuff on this show, which is sad considering that we're Bioenergetics Beat. So without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Kela Smith to the show. Yay!
Hey, Heather, and it's actually Kayla. So
I knew I should have asked before time. I was like, I'm just going to pick a direction and go with it.
that's
I got a
okay.
50-50 chance, right?
Right. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
Kayla,
Kayla. Do you
Dr.
want
Smith.
to? Yeah.
Dr. Smith, please tell us, well, especially with this conversation, there's usually some sort of a pain to purpose story. There's usually a reason why people are talking about quantum and peptides and things, alternative medicine. So I have a feeling with the way you're shaking your head that is definitely true for you. So tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you got started in this type of work.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for having me here. I'm really excited to talk to you today. And I started, like many of us practitioners did, out of my own personal journey through infertility and being frustrated with conventional medicine, being told at 36 that my only option to get pregnant was to go through IVF, and I didn't want to do that. So that led me down this road of research and transformation and figuring out how to heal. And that's what I did. I healed my body and got pregnant not once, but twice. Had two healthy babies. The last was born at 40. And with a 2-year-old and a newborn, I said, I have to teach this. So I went back to school and originally became a health coach. Then got a degree in nutrition and then went back to school about 5 years ago and got a PhD in natural medicine and started my company in 2018. And now I'm helping women and couples all over the world figure out what the root cause is of their infertility, how to heal that root cause and get pregnant and stay pregnant. And how I got into the quantum piece and the peptides piece is because I'm always looking for new ways to heal the body, new research, new protocols. And I have found that the energy piece is one that is missed a lot. And the peptides are also kind of tie in with that energy piece. And we'll talk about that. But peptides are signaling molecules and energy is signals. And so they all kind of go hand in hand for healing and optimization. And so that's a little bit about me. I have a podcast, I have a new book coming out, and I just love helping people heal and optimize.
When do you have time to be a mom? How old are your kids now?
I know. That's why I'm like, we got 30 minutes to get this done.
How many? And I'm like, no problem, easy peasy. How old are your kids now?
So they're 10 and 12. So
So
now, yes, they're
what
kind
was,
of,
oh,
yeah.
go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say they're kind of self-sufficient now, so it gives
Yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
work. Yeah.
So what was it that the infertility piece that you figured out that they were telling you that you would need IVF and you were able to heal and not have one baby but two. So tell us a
Yeah.
little bit more about that piece.
So one, I had undiagnosed hypothalamic amenorrhea. I was an athlete and a personal trainer at the time, and that conversation was never had with me. You were too skinny, your body fat is too low. That is why you don't have a cycle. It was all you're 36 and you've been on birth control for many years. That is why you don't have a cycle, and there's no way to get it back. We're just going to force the body and do IVF. So that was a piece of it. And then the other piece, they never really talked to me about. Are you tracking? Are you tracking your ovulation? What does your cervical mucus look like? What does your diet look like? Your lifestyle? They never talked to me about any of those things. And so those were all things that I learned that do make a huge impact on your fertility. I thought
Holy
being skinny
cow.
meant being healthy, and that's not what we want for fertility. We want, good hormones and good fat on our bones, and we want to be able to, our body to work the way that it was made to. And being skinny, it just doesn't allow for that.
Huh, that's incredible. Never in a million years. And obviously they didn't either. Like how horrible that they didn't even think to consider that there were anything else but just hitting your body with a hammer to force it into something. Like, what kind of babies would you been having? So you might have been able to have babies. What kind of babies would you have had? Right?
Exactly.
They would have been so unhealthy.
Exactly, exactly. I know it's crazy. And I find a lot of times conventional medicine, they put a lot of factor on age. And in my practice, and I'm sure you've seen this in your own practice, but age is a very small piece of the puzzle. It's really how healthy you are. I don't care how old you are. I have patients who are 45, 47, even getting pregnant naturally. And so it
Wow.
really depends on the health of the body, the health of your eggs, and age is just a small factor in all of that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Fascinating. All right. See, I knew I was going to love this conversation. All right, this
Yeah.
is a good spot. We're going to pause real quick for commercial. When we come back, we're going to dive deeper into peptides, quantum medicine, and how it all works. What are peptides? What is quantum? So yeah, I'm looking forward to having her, distill that down for us. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
There's a new word for wellness, Nikki. Nikki is your personal wellness companion, a sleek wearable device that lets you choose from a variety of programs to match your day. With a simple tap on the Nikki screen, you can explore wellness programs created for different moments and lifestyles. Need a lift? Select energy. Looking to unwind? Tap stress and anxiety. Want to feel more at ease? Choose pain. Heading out on a trip? Try travel to help you feel ready for new adventures. From busy mornings to quiet evenings, Nikki puts a variety of wellness experiences right at your fingertips and on your wrist. Life moves fast. Nikki moves with you. It's a portable way to bring wellness technology into your everyday routine, wherever life takes you. Your day, your choice, your wellness program. Nikki Wellness Technology, delivering frequency enhanced health. We are Nikki.com.
Fantastic. Welcome back. Yay. Are you excited to jump into the quantum like I am? So, when people hear the word quantum medicine, it can feel abstract. How do you find it in practical, grounded ways for, the lay person and practitioners to understand?
Sure. Well, quantum medicine is energy medicine, and we are all energetic beings. We have energy running through us. If you look at how Eastern medicine has been practicing for thousands of years, you look at the energy piece. If you look at how acupuncture works, or how Eastern medicine practitioners work, this is energy. This is quantum medicine. So it's really about telling our bodies and giving it these signals to allow for the physical piece to work and the processes to work. Quantum medicine says that healing starts with your intuition. It's how well you believe that you can actually heal and tapping into that inner knowing that the body is powerful and that you can heal. And then the intuition goes into that mental thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Again, how do you feel about healing? How do you feel about your ability to heal and optimize? And then that goes into the energy piece. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions tell the energetic body how to react and how to respond to the physical piece. And so the physical is actually the last layer that we should be working on. It really starts with the intuition, the mental, emotional, and spiritual piece.
I feel like we need to say that again for the people in the back. I
Right.
actually had that on my intake form. It was one of the questions before we even met. Do you believe you can get better? Because if you do not believe you can get better, I do not want to waste your time. I do not want to waste your money. Like, that's not what I'm about. I'm here to help. I'm here to help guide you on your journey. And my ex was always like, "Oh my gosh, that's the best client." I'm like, "No, it's not, because that's not why I got into this line of work." So, especially working with Lyme and mold people, it's like some of the hardest, groups to work with. And a lot of them feel hopeless, and they don't believe they can get better. But you have to, you have to, you have to, because the best protocol in the world not going to get you very far if you don't believe you can get better.
Exactly, exactly. And you're not going to be compliant in the protocol anyways. If you don't believe it's going to work, then
Right.
you're going to be second guessing everything that you do. So it all really goes hand in hand. But yeah, that's the first place I ask my patients as well. If they're trying to get pregnant, do you believe that you can get pregnant? Because that's the first piece of it. So I love that you agree with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about peptides. What's a
Yeah.
peptide and why should we care?
Sure. So peptides are signaling molecules that tell the body what to do. And we all make peptides, but as we age and oxidative stress and environmental toxins and all of these things almost block the signals and block your ability to make peptides in a way that you did when you were younger. And so that's where supplementing with peptides can come in because it's almost like you're waking up those signals again in the body and telling the body specific processes that you want it to do, whether that's lower inflammation, whether that's heal, muscle or tissue, whether that's to improve your metabolic function, so you can lose weight, whether that's to improve your gut health and heal your gut lining and metabolize your food in a more efficient manner. Whatever your goal is, there's a peptide and a signaling molecule that can tell the body what to do. So it's not like adding anything in. It's not like giving a synthetic. It's not like taking a supplement or a hormone. It's an actual signal that reminds and tells the body what process you want it to do. So it's a little bit of a biohack. I love it.
So where do you get the signal from? How does this work?
Yeah, so you can take the peptides, and another way to really talk about it. So they're signaling molecules, but they're short chains of amino acids. So you think about a protein as you have all these beads of amino acids. The peptide is the middle portion that's almost like the command, like it's telling your body exactly what to do. So you take these, you can take them orally, depending on what peptide you're trying to do. You can take them sub-Q, which means you inject them under the fatty layer of the skin, or some peptides are even taken intravenously, in a clinic or a medical setting if we're trying to heal somebody's, immunological condition, if it's, if they're trying to heal from cancer or they have an immune system dysregulation, then IV peptides would come in handy there. But that's how you get the signal into the body. You take it in all of those ways that I just said.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. Because I was taking microdose GLP-1s for a short period of time, and when you get them compounded and microdose, they act as peptides and not like the over-the-counter, Ozempic. So they're two totally different animals. But I didn't still quite understood how that worked. So thank you. So it was just taking out the command, lose weight.
Exactly,
It
exactly.
definitely
Turn back.
quieted the food noise. That was crazy. I didn't even realize I had so much food noise going on until that quieted it down.
Yeah,
And I was just like, oh, that's what
yeah,
it's like to have a normal, you know what I mean? Like it's just not
yeah.
normal to have all that noise.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I'm obsessed with peptides. It's almost like a rabbit hole. So once you start taking one, you're like, oh, I want to do that one and that one. So I'm taking about five different ones for different reasons.
I'm very interested in the one that helps heal the gut because I've had gut problems ever since I was 4 years old. I basically joke that I was born, constipated. So yeah, well, the first time I heard about that one, I was like, ooh, because I know there's like a Barbie doll one. I think they even call it Barbie doll, right? For more of like anti-aging.
Yeah, they have one that's called the beauty peptide, which is called Glow. And yeah,
Okay.
it does for its hair, skin, and nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was interesting at first, but then I was like, no, 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 tell me again about that one that helps heal the gut.
Yeah,
So
right.
why the FDA, so is it still hard to get some of them? What, like I know that the
It
FDA went and did something stupid not too long ago.
Yes. So that's a big misnomer and misconception about peptides and about the FDA. The FDA doesn't actually approve things, but some peptides are sent through FDA, almost like verification, if you will. And so if a peptide, and you can't patent a peptide because it's a chain of amino acids, but you can patent a brand name. And so like you'll see some of the Ozempics and the, I forget, Manjaro and different brand names. Those are the ones that are FDA. I don't want to say approved. I'm trying to think of the other word. FDA regulated. That's what I'm trying to say. So they're FDA regulated, and so when somebody on a gray market, which means where they're not FDA regulated, that's where we're kind of crossing the line and breaking the law. So if somebody is trying to sell Ozempic on the gray market, they're not allowed to do that. But some of these other peptides that are not have not gone through FDA regulation. That's why it's called gray market, because they haven't gone through that process. And honestly, a lot of these peptides are not going to be able to go through that process because they're amino acids and you can't patent or market an amino acid. And so that's where we're kind of, yeah.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of
interesting.
gray market because I feel
Well, I
it's,
think that's the one I was taking
yeah.
was retatrutide, and I think that one was the best because it's the third generation. It had a heck of a lot of less side effects. It
Yep.
worked great, really slow. Like it took 6 months for me to lose,
Yep.
40, 50 pounds. And okay, yeah, so that totally makes sense. Interesting. Well, my last name's Gray, so of course I like the gray
Oh,
market.
yeah, perfect.
Of course I like.
I will say though, for the lay person, be very careful. Make sure that you do work with some sort of practitioner because you can get into a lot of trouble with trying to reconstitute yourself. And some of these are injectables. So if you're injecting yourself, you want to be, I mean, it's still, it's a powerful substance. We don't
Absolutely.
want you to get hurt. So be
Absolutely.
very careful. If you do order gray, at least work with somebody that knows a little something about what they're doing. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, in your experience, why do some people respond really well to peptides and others don't?
Yeah, so it comes back to those signaling pathways. Some people's bodies are just not ready to accept that signal, and a lot of it comes down to the foundational pieces are not laid. So peptides are not a quick fix. They're not a I'm going to sit on the couch and eat ice cream
Wait,
and
it's not a magic bullet?
not a magic bullet.
Yay!
So people that don't respond well usually have to put in some work on the front end to get the signals to respond. So that means you're already eating a healthy diet. You're already doing movement every day. You're sleeping regularly and you have a healthy sleep cycle and schedule. You're doing these things and laying the foundation before you add in peptides. Peptides are a tool that helps all of that other stuff work better. So that's why some people respond better than others because their bodies are ready for those signals and they're open to receiving them.
Oh, absolutely. And as a practitioner, my weight gain came from two moldy exposures and then a divorce. And so it was stress and mold exposures, and I gained like 40 pounds in a very short period of time. And it didn't matter how clean I ate, what I exercised, what I did, I could not get that weight to budge. And that's exactly what this stuff is for. It's for that type of person. It's not, it really makes me sad when I hear that, I can't remember what their name was, but a doctor talking about, putting 8-year-olds on Ozempic. And it's just like, no, that's not where we start. That's not where we start. Granted, overweight kids, it's unhealthy, but no, 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 that's not where we start.
Right, exactly. And I had that same experience. So I work with hormones and fertility, and I've been a nutritionist. And so I was doing all the things, and I was in perimenopause. And it didn't matter how much I worked out, how clean I ate, nothing worked. Overnight, I had 25 pounds on me that has never been there in the past. And so I also did retatrutide, and that really just cut that weight down and helped everything I was doing foundationally with nutrition and lifestyle work that much better. So that's the person that these are for, not the person that's not doing anything else.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So I would love to learn a little bit more about the nervous system because we're all talking about, people who know are talking about the nervous system because I know that was the big missing piece for myself. I would do the functional medicine way and focus on physical only, and then I would get better, and then I'd crash and burn, and then I'd get better, and I'd crash and burn, and finally I was like, what's going on? And I learned about, the nervous system work. Tell us a little bit about how that also plays into the type of work that you do.
Sure. So the nervous system is our stress response system. And so we have two branches of our nervous system. We have our sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight. So anytime any stressful situation comes at you internally, meaning a food sensitivity or a gut issue or inflammation or an immune system response or anything internally that's the stressor or anything that's external, you're being chased by a tiger, figuratively, or maybe literally if you grew up in the Stone Ages, but you're being chased by a tiger, you have a stressful job, you have a stressful relationship, something external is happening. That sympathetic nervous system turns on and you are in fight or flight. And so it's going to downregulate anything else in the body that's not keeping you alive. So this is your digestion, your reproduction, your immune system, all of the systems that need to work are going to downregulate so that you can stay alive. And that sympathetic nervous system is on. Well, then the other side of that, the other branch of the nervous system is the parasympathetic nervous system. So this is your rest, digest, and reproduce. And so this is the nervous system that we want to work to heal and optimize through protocols like breathing and stress reduction and walks in nature and journaling and anything that we can do to calm our nervous system. This is the nervous system that we want to be on. So this is going to upregulate all of those processes that we want to turn on and downregulate our stress response, our cortisol release, our cortisone, and those hormones. And so those are the two branches of the nervous system. And one really fun thing that I love to tell people is it's pretty, I don't want to say easy, but it's something that you can do every day to trick your nervous system into thinking you're calm and relaxed when you're not. And that is just to breathe. So many of us have forgotten how to breathe. We're breathing in our chests and we have anxiety and we're just all the time. Anytime you feel that feeling, if you would stop and do 2 to 3 deep breaths, big belly breaths where you're breathing through your diaphragm, that will tell the nervous system that you're calm, even if you're not, and it will upregulate that parasympathetic system and turn it on so that you can be calm and relaxed and not living and stuck in fight or flight. So that's a very long answer to your what is the nervous system. So I hope I answered.
No, it was great. It was great because like humming, gargling,
Uh-huh.
breath work, like these are all free, wonderful things you can do. I also love, I have to say, my Nikki, it's got a vagus nerve AM and a vagus nerve PM that I like to run. And it was funny. So a practitioner, a chiropractor just recently, well, it was like 3 months ago, he's like, your adrenals are fried.
Oh
And then
no.
I've been using this, and then I've been using my tuning fork, and I've been doing breath work. And then today I just got back from him. That's why I was running a little late with you. And he was like, I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up because your adrenals are coming back online. You're losing a lot of the inflammation. He's like, I could tell the water weight's going away. I was like, oh, thank God. So, but
Yay.
yeah, but you got to get back to the basics, and that's, basics breathing, right? Doesn't get
Exactly.
more basic than that.
Yep. I love it.
Hey, so it looks like you've got a practitioner training program. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I do. So I have a second branch of my company. It's called the Hormone Puzzle Society's Educational Institute. And this is where I train practitioners and aspiring practitioners in fertility and hormone coaching. And so we have a 40-week protocol where I certify you as a fertility and hormones coach and teach you how to work with this population of people. So everybody from a lay person who just has their own experience with infertility and hormones and wants to work in this field all the way through practitioners who are, nutritionists and dietitians and every gamut of practitioner that wants to niche into fertility and hormones, then this would be the program for you. Yeah, and I go through a lot of cool stuff, nutrition, lab testing, functional medicine, peptides, and energy work, and all the things that we've talked about here today and more.
That's awesome. But so with that, because I know personally, as an FDN, there's a lot of hormones I can't get because, I'm even though it's more than a health coach, it's still not a doctor. So how do these folks that you're certifying, how are they able to work with people without that scope?
Yeah, so we do so many more things with hormones than just give bioidentical hormones. As we work on the nutrition, the lifestyle, the supplement piece. There are a few low dose hormones that we can do through full script with estrogen and progesterone. Some of the companies like Quicksilver and Bezwecken do have some low dose hormones that we can use. But I really want to teach my people to, one, work on all the things that we can do to optimize hormones without actually putting people on hormones, but two, how to team with other practitioners who do have the licenses and who can recommend and diagnose and prescribe if that's needed. So we
Mhm.
teach you a little bit of all of that. Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Hey, so I also hear you have a free gift for us. What's that?
I do. This is my new, I'm going to get the exact title because I just made the book. It's The Essential Guide to Hormones and Peptides, Understanding Peptides, NAD, and Responsible Evidence-Based Use. And so that goes through all different peptides, how to use them, where to order from, even what recipes can team with different peptides for optimal use. So that guide's going to be really fun, and your listeners get it for free.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna check that out for myself. I'm like, ooh, yay. Awesome. So all that information will be in the show notes. Also, to make sure to go to wearenikki.com/podcast and enter in BioBeats to get a 10% off your Nikki device. And because we love our customers so much, the way we show appreciation is we give away a Nikki device with a 1-year membership to our wellness store once a month. So make sure to go to the show notes to enter. Good luck. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. That is how we continue to help people spread the word and get out of being stuck, being sick, and being told that there's no other way, right? Let's show them another way. Thanks for joining us and have a healthy day.
What is the wellness store, you ask? Let me tell you. Imagine a single place where every Nikki wellness program, present and future, are ready whenever you are. The Nikki Wellness Store turns that vision into reality, offering a membership that keeps you connected to the most complete library of wellness support programs we've ever created. One membership, infinite access. With a Nikki Wellness Store membership, unlimited access to the full Nikki Wellness library, automatic updates as new programs are released, the freedom to create personalized daily playlists on the Nikki Connect app, and we continually design new programs. Your membership will grow with you at no additional cost. Because wellness technology never stops improving, and neither do you. It's more than a membership. Every wellness store membership begins with the purchase of their Nikki Wellness Technology, a wearable device that delivers wellness programs wherever life takes you. Your membership includes 1 full year of unlimited access to the complete wellness library and all future program releases. After the first year, your access continues with a simple annual renewal fee, so your library and collaborations with trusted global innovators keeps growing without interruption. This isn't just an upward, it's a movement toward a future where wellness technology never stops improving, because neither do you. Join the movement. The Nikki Wellness Store isn't just a milestone, it's the future of wellness designed for freedom, value, and constant growth. New customers that join us will automatically get 1-year membership to the Nikki Wellness Store. Current customers that have already owned a Nikki, you will be grandfathered in and given a 2-year membership. And that's a thank you for walking with us for all this time.
There's a new word for wellness, Nikki. Nikki is your personal wellness companion, a sleek wearable device that lets you choose from a variety of programs to match your day. With a simple tap on the Nikki screen, you can explore wellness programs created for different moments and lifestyles. Need a lift? Select energy. Looking to unwind? Tap stress and anxiety. Want to feel more at ease? Choose pain. Heading out on a trip? Try travel to help you feel ready for new adventures. From busy mornings to quiet evenings, Nikki puts a variety of wellness experiences right at your fingertips and on your wrist. Life moves fast. Nikki moves with you. It's a portable way to bring wellness technology into your everyday routine, wherever life takes you. Your day, your choice, your wellness program. Nikki Wellness Technology. Delivering frequency-enhanced health. wearenikki.com. The views, information, and opinions expressed in this content are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of Freemedica. Freemedica Technologies, Inc. and its employees are not responsible, nor verifies accuracy any of the information contained in the following content. The primary purpose of this content is to educate and inform. This content does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services.